I know, Adam, I remember we talked about something else we wanted to get to talk about estate planning, but I'm having a brain lapse and I forget specifically what it was.
Well, I think when you look at estate planning, there are several ways that you can own that homestead, because the homestead's going to pass estate tax free.
Correct.
So it's creditor protected. Creditors can't get to it even if your estate is indebted. But one of the best ways to do it, if you don't have a trust, your home's going to pass to your kids regardless of anything else. The problem is the state of Florida didn't set up a way to get there, so you have to go through probate. The least expensive probate you're going to run into, if the only thing you have is no creditors and a home, you're going to look at anywhere between $1,700 to probably $2,500 in expense, attorney's expense, court fees, and so forth, just to get that home transferred. Where if you turn around and put it into a trust, you can pass it outside probate. It can continue. You can have either a third party manage the trust, you can have your kids manage the trust, whatever you need to do in order to pass that home and avoid probate. And you can set up a trust for as little as $1,200 to $1,500.
So there's immediate savings there from what it's going to cost you later on.
Exactly.
And then, in addition to that, the one thing, and Chris has come on and talked on the show about this before, your homestead property, you know, creditors can't attack it. I mean, not all creditors, but for the most part, it's creditor protected, your homestead property.
Exactly. The only thing it's really not going to be protected from is the federal government. If you owe taxes and you need to do something to pay those federal taxes, then the home's not really protected on that end. And if you have a mortgage and nobody can afford to pay the mortgage, it's not going to be protected from that. But from your credit card companies, your medical companies, and other creditors, it is going to be protected.
There's a lot of people that are out there in this situation right now trying to decide what to do with a property for a loved one that's you know, later in life, that's looking at either home health care and things like that. And these are scenarios that they really need to take advantage of if they haven't. But you know, you talked about the 3 documents that people need to have. I think it was the living will, the power of attorney, and then the healthcare certificate, correct? Exactly.
When people do estate planning, they always think of death because they think of a will. Well, there's 3 other documents. There's a living will, a power of attorney, and a healthcare certificate. Those are living documents, and they're going to protect your assets while you're alive. A power of attorney, for example, if something happens and you're incapacitated, you do need to sell that home, whether you're selling it to a family member or something else. Your power of attorney can step in and sign those documents for you. Your power of attorney can also step in to be able to write checks, so you don't go into a foreclosure situation because somebody can get access to your bank account and pay your bills when they're due.